It's normal to feel worried sometimes. It's a part of growing up, and there might be lots of reasons why you're feeling worried or anxious. You might be starting a new school. You might be having problems with your friends. You might have lost a relative or somebody close to you. Or you might have moved to a new house or a new town. And feeling worried might affect the way that you think and the way that you feel, and even how your body feels. There are lots of strategies that might help you if you're feeling worried or anxious, like taking a deep breath, listening to calming music, and talking to an adult. When I'm feeling anxious, I like to do things that help me to calm down, like drawing, painting, and making different things. This is different for everybody, but if you, like me, enjoy arts and crafts, then getting stuck into making something might help you feel better and ease your anxiety. When I was younger, I moved primary schools. It was difficult for me because I was in year 5 and I had to leave all of my old friends behind. I remember feeling very scared on my first day at my new school. However, the teaching assistant in the classroom was very kind and she helped me settle in. I was so grateful for her support. Making things helps me to calm down, and so today I'm going to be making a thank you card for that teaching assistant to say thank you for helping me when I was having a difficult time. Being positive and saying thank you can help you feel better when you are worried. To make your thank you card, you will need a piece of coloured card, also lots of different pieces of coloured tissue paper in whatever colour you want your flowers to be. You will also need a piece of green tissue paper or crepe paper for the stalk of your flowers, a piece of ribbon, and it's very helpful also to have a hole punch if you have one. You will also need a ruler, a pencil, scissors, glue, sellotape, and anything that you want to use to decorate your thank you card. So, to make your thank you card, choose a piece of A4 card. Think of the person that you're giving your thank you card to. Maybe it could be in their favourite colour. So we're going to take a pencil and a ruler, but don't worry because we're not going to be measuring anything. But instead we're just going to use the width of the ruler. So if we line up our ruler to the side of our paper, draw a line, and then we're going to fold along that line. You could use your ruler to help you with this. Make sure you line it up against the sides. So this will be the little flap in our card. So then we'll start to fold the rest of the card and we'll line it up with this flap here. There we go. A bit like that. And at this point, we will also take our hole punch, if you have a hole punch, and make one hole along the flap of your card. So we're only using one of the hole punches instead of both of them. And we're just going to slot that there. Oh, let's try that again. There we go, that's much better. There we go. Those line up pretty well. But don't worry too much if you make little mistakes like that, because whoever's getting your thank you card will be so pleased. I don't think they'll notice. And also it's okay to make little mistakes. So the other thing that we're going to do is to create 2 slots for our flowers to go through. So I'm going to bring back my ruler, draw a straight line, and then draw a line that's parallel. And what we could maybe do is use our ruler, and again just use the width so we can keep that nice and straight. There we go. And then what we'll do is we're not going to quite fold our card. We're going to try sort of fold it with keeping a curve there so that we can get our scissors through. Now, it's very careful, just try and do a quick snip. And then we can do some tidy snips there. There we go. Okay. Smooth that out. I'll do the same the other side. So a quick snip there, and we can do some slightly neater snips. Okay. Now you might want to take a rubber and rub out those lines. But the other thing that we could do is take a sheet of card, maybe a different colour. Again, let's use the width of our ruler to help us. Cut out a nice strip of card. And then we can glue that on top. Like so. Let's make sure that we aren't completely covering the little slots that we made. That will make room for our flowers. Speaking of which, let's make our flowers. You will need lots of sellotape, so I suggest having some pre-cut, or maybe someone can be handy to cut some sellotape for you. Otherwise, we can cut some strips of sellotape ready. So you want to start with a piece of green tissue paper or crepe paper, roughly the size of a postcard. It can be a little bit bigger. I'm going to start with one of the corners and start rolling it up. It might be easier to start rolling it from one side and then we can flip it over. Keep rolling till it's all rolled up. Make sure it's tight. I'll take a bit of our sellotape and secure it. On the ends. There we go. Put that to one side. And then we'll take some tissue paper. I've got 3 colours here, and again they're about the size of a postcard. They don't have to be exactly the same size. Don't worry too much about that, because what we're going to do is we're going to fold them sort of accordion style. And what I mean by that is, if you take all of the pieces of paper, of tissue paper, and then you're going to fold it like that. So just a thin strip that you're going to fold up. Then you're going to flip all of it over, so keep tight onto it, and then fold it again. So it's almost sort of folding back on itself. And then we'll flip it over and do a fold, roughly the same size. Fold it again. Keep on doing that until we get to the end. Then we're going to fold it lengthways with lengthways. I might just trim that up. So fold it lengthways so that we know where the middle is. We'll take our stem, our green stem, and wrap it round like that. Secure it with a bit of sellotape. And then we're going to open, oh, let's make sure that's very secure. And then we're going to fold out the accordion, so it's almost like a fan. And then we want to try and start separating the pieces of tissue paper. You'll start to see all the different layers. So we can also start to sort of smush the flower, the petals together, so it makes more of a sort of a rose shape, like that. To secure that, down at the bottom, sort of squeezing everything together. Taping it around, like that. There's one flower. And then you can do as many as that will fit on your card. So let's bring back our card. So we want these two holes here to be at the bottom of our card. And then now we can slot our flowers through. There we go. But actually, maybe before we do that, we need to make sure that we write a really lovely note saying thank you to whoever we're thanking. We might want to include a picture, we might want to do a drawing, something that would make them smile. Let's make sure that they know that they're about to have a big thank you. There we go. And then finally we'll get our piece of ribbon back. So we're going to feed this ribbon underneath. Okay. Pop it through. And pull it tight so that this flap comes down and meets the rest of the card. Then to really finish our thank you card off, let's tie our ribbon in a little bow. I hope you've enjoyed making your thank you card today and it has helped you feel calm and relaxed. And I hope, if you were feeling anxious, that this has also helped in a little way in managing your worries.